Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to join us for another adventure. Today we're going to be around Jaffrey, Sharon, Temple, maybe some Mason, who knows. Let's check it out, see where we can go. The name of this road is Swamp Road. It's a class 5 road, closed in the winter. Usually it's pretty passable, easy enough, just like this most of the way, but sometimes after the long winter it can get pretty rutted up. We'll see what it's like. What's cool about this road is that both sides are conservation land. Now they do a select cut timber harvest every so many years. They're in the middle of doing that right now, so there might be some logging operation going on out here, but most of the time it's pretty quiet. See some wildlife out here. We've seen a moose out here once, but most of the time it's pretty quiet. It's 25 seconds in the nature preserve. It's nice out here. Places like this are awesome in my opinion. I'm really glad that we have them. This water, it's really high right now. Usually it's just a little stream. You can see the S in the river over there. Usually it's just a little stream that runs through here. This is the Gridley River. And if you look at it on the satellite map, it's just a marshland with this little creek that S's through it. It's really cool to do it in a kayak. We've been out on a kayak a few times in it. It's our favorite spot. The beavers move up and down the stream, it seems like. So every year it's either really high, really low, depending on, you know, what part of the river you go in. Also a great place to fish in here. This is the other side of the bridge. The Gridley River is fed, I believe, from Hubbard Pond. Hubbard Pond also feeds the Contoocook River, which feeds the Contoocook Lake. Runs from Jaffrey to Hillsborough, I think. Cool place out here, though. Swamp Road. I like it. Let's see what else we can find. This is one of my favorite places in the whole area. It's locally known as Silver Ranch. This huge farm here with a normally gorgeous view of Mount Monadnock right there. A little cloudy today, so we don't get to see it that much, but still a nice place. Notice all along the side of the road here, the lines going from all the trees, those are maple syrup lines. Around here, sap is big business. Some of these maple trees that you're looking at along the edge of this road have been here for 100 years, 200 years or more. This one right here, that's got to be 150 years old. They've been making syrup with it for generations. But this is how they do it in mass production. They run these webs through the woods. And they all reach the bottom in a big collection tank. And they come around and pump them out. It's pretty wild if you ask me. bottom we have the collection tank. It all comes down here, gets stored right there until they come around in their trucks and pump it out. You can see it, but I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 deer up there and a whole bunch of turkeys. All right there on that ridgeline. So here's something you'll notice is a reoccurring theme in a lot of these videos. Cemeteries. For some reason, we like cemeteries. My grandfather worked for the cemetery department in Maine and Massachusetts when I was a kid, and spent a lot of time in the in the cemeteries around the area and stuff like that. And I just came to find it as a place I really enjoy. Going in and out of cemeteries, you see a lot of interesting people's names, stories. A lot of them you'll never know. Nobody knows, but some of them you can know, and it's pretty cool to find out. There's a guy in this cemetery in particular, one of the most famous people in this cemetery locally, Amos Fortune. Amos Fortune, I believe the story goes, he was born a free man in Africa, sold into slavery, came here on a slave ship, earned his freedom, or purchased his freedom, I'm not sure which is true, came here to Jaffrey, settled, and went back and purchased the freedom of his wife once he had earned enough money to bring her back here. So it's his story. You should definitely check it out. His story is pretty amazing. Anybody who came here from Africa on a slave ship is on another level in my book. We did a self-guided walking tour in Portsmouth, New Hampshire one time about African history, and I'll tell you, by the time we were done, I was in absolute tears. It was one of the most moving tours I've ever been on, and it really gave you some of that insight onto what it was like for them to come here, from Africa on a slave ship. And Amos Fortune was one of those. And he's here in this burying ground somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where, but he's around. All right, everyone. Well, I think we're going to end it here. Welcome to Sunshine Beach, even though there's no sunshine today. So it goes. We had a good ride. Went all over Jaffrey, some of Sharon. Didn't make it to Temple or Mason, but save it for another day. Thanks for coming along.